Hey guys, DVSGames here, welcome back to another video. So, we currently have about 6 hours remaining in the Rise of the Phoenix season, and the Dakin season is about to start up, which I believe is called the, Big in Japan. So, I am going to be picking him up as soon as I get the opportunity to. I do have a couple of decks that I want to put him into and see how they go. So in this one, they can destroy. Obviously, it's just a destroy deck. I am running Death and Null in it. Have that spot waiting for Dakin. I recently just picked up the Nimrod out of my token shop. I decided I was going to go ahead and pick him up. It wasted all my tokens, but I decided I was going to pick him up because he's literally the only card I was considering getting this week in the Spotlight caches. My whole strategy on that is a topic for a different video, but now that I have him, I don't even have to pull this week. I can go ahead and accumulate one more cash and wait until a later date when I want to use it. But the basic idea here is we got Hood, we got Nova. They can be killed off by our Killmonger, or by our Carnage, or by our Venom. Ideally, you would want to go turn 1 Nova, turn 2 Bucky, preferably both in the left lane, possibly maybe the middle. But you do want them to be in the same lane. Then you want to go ahead and go turn 3 Dakin into probably the right lane or the middle lane, whichever. You want him in his own designated lane. On turn 4, you want to go and put the Blade down as well as the Venom, so that way he can blow everything up. You'll end up getting a 6 power Bucky Barnes as well as a 9 power Venom there. A 7 power Bucky. No, 6 power because he'll die before the Nova goes off. But either way, that is what you want on turn 4. On turn 5, you would go into maybe something like Magic Wolverine. That'll give you 2 cards in a separate lane from Dakin. Now this is going to be your 3rd lane, and this will be where you decide that you're going to try to contest either you're going to try to contest it or you're not. Or you can go ahead and drop Nimrod in that lane, and you can decide to kill on turn 6 with Carnage. Now if you got the magic, that gives you an opportunity to drop a Death or to drop a Null, but honestly, it's very basic, it's very straightforward. I just think that this will be a fun deck to play. I recently pulled Death. I got Null when the Spotlight caches started going, so I want to be able to use them. So this is going to be one of the decks we stick him into, and we're going to try him out there. The other one, I'm not so happy with this list, but I think it's one I want to kind of try out with. Again, we're running the Killmonger Hood Nova package. We have the Brood and Jean Grey to lock up one lane, force our opponent to play there. We can use magic to extend our turns. We have Rogue for ongoing steals. That's one of the picks I'm not very happy with. I'm not sure if I want her there. I might end up changing her out for something else. Captain America is there in case we don't have a Jean Grey, but we can go Brood into Captain America. I think that would be a really good way to make things work. And we have Spider-Man to lock off one lane. Maximus, of course, he's a great card at 3/7. The downside being that he gives your opponent a card, or he gives your opponent 2 cards, so that is kind of a bad thing. But ideally here, your turn 6 play is Silver Surfer into Killmonger with Dakin on the board somewhere, and his Blade as well. If you do it that way, potentially you could have him in the lane with Captain America. He'll end up being a 3/5. He'll end up going to 3/7 with Silver Surfer. Then the Killmonger will kill the Nova, making him a 3/8. And the Mirror Block Monster Blade will make him a 3/16. Probably not going to be something that happens too often, but definitely something you should keep an eye out for. Yeah, this is one that I'm going to have to experiment with and see where it goes. And then our final list that I want to try out is actually my Collecting Dakin deck. Now, obviously, this is my old Devil Dinosaur Collector deck. I did add in Mirage. I did pull her on one of my Spotlight caches. I got very lucky and pulled her on my first one. So pulled her, stopped pulling, save the rest for the next time. I don't have cards that need to go into this deck, such as Nick Fury, Maria Hill, or Agent Coulson. They would probably respectively swap in for Agent 13, Cable, and at this point Luke Cage. Luke Cage is really just here as a tech card. He's come in very handy during Conquest when you go up against high elo decks, so I'm probably going to end up taking him out of this deck as well, and I'll probably try to figure out what I can throw in instead of him. But yeah, these are going to be the 3 decks that I want to run during this season as I try to get myself to Infinite. And when I say Infinite, I mean regular rank ladder, guys. I'm not talking about Infinite Conquest. That's a completely different story, and I'm definitely not ready to tackle that yet. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut from here to where I actually purchase the Dakin, throw them in the decks, and we'll start climbing ladder, see how we do. Alright guys, so season has just reset. We have been knocked back down to 73. We had 70 medals remaining at the end of our Conquest season. Let's go ahead and convert those. And we got 6 beef boosters. Cool, whatever, we'll take it. Alright, so Big in Japan has just dropped. And we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Oh, that. Alright, so now that we've completed our purchase and we've claimed our Dakin, let's go ahead and put them into our list. Let's see if we can get any of these games going. We'll add them in here. We'll add them in here. And we'll add them in here. Let's check out our shop real quick. This is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. If I had the gold, I would actually get it. I really like Stegron whenever I pull him out of a location like the hub or off of a Agent 13 or something. I think he'd be fun to play with. I don't think he's worth buying. I haven't played with him enough to state that, so, you know, I'm not exactly sure yet. Let's take a look at our missions. Alright, so that's the one that I completed earlier. Let's see what we got. Play 1 cost, play 6 cost, 10 or less power, play 5 cost. And 3 cost, on reveal, and upgrades. Alright, sweet. So we got some things that we can do. We'll go ahead and jump into a couple of matches. We'll jump in on ladder, and we're going to go in with our destroy deck for Dakin. Let's see how it goes. So, first matchup against Electrico. Sounds good. Yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and drop out Hood real quick. Alright, we'll go ahead and get Wolverine out. Alright, so first off, we'll drop like so. This gives us some power onto Quantum Tunnel. Oh, this definitely did not go how I wanted it to. Let's snap. Just because, you know, fun times. And we'll go ahead and drop here. No, we actually get an extra turn out of it. That's great. And now that we're going into our final turn, yeah, I think we win this no matter what, right? Because we can drop like so. Oh, maybe not. Nope, we end up losing. Wow. That's... Oh, that was pretty bad. Alright, so Dakin's initial run, not the greatest. GG, my dude. Let's go ahead and play a couple more matches and see how it turns out. So the free copy that's going to come off of the raft is going to be hard to deal with. And of course he gets his, oh, he kills the raft. That's perfectly fine for us. We'll take that. And he filled up a location. Okay, so now we have to do this. We might get a really cheap death here, which would be amazing. And the opportunity for Wolverine to go right. We'll go ahead and snap. I'm going to be very haphazard when I snap early on, just because of the fact that I am expecting to play for about a week in ladder before I start jumping into Conquest. And he's going to have a bunch of kitty prides going, which will actually work in our favor. Alright, so Wolverine went right. Venom went right as well. And now he has totally lost initiative. Not a big deal, I don't think. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and drop out like so. We'll get the death on both sides. Hopefully it'll pull our null. Oh, he's gonna have really cheap. Oh, it did. Shoot. And I mean, now unfortunately we're just gonna go with whatever we get. So our best play here is actually this, right? Yeah, we're gonna lose just a lot. We're gonna lose on the left. Oh no, we end up winning on the left. Sweet, we'll take the 8. Alright, so I'll play out a couple more of these games, guys. I'll show you the final one as, like I said, I'm going to play this one for the remainder of the challenges for today. Looks like I got a couple of them done. You got to win the location with only one cost. With only one card, that's going to be kind of hard. And playing 6 cost cards, I'll be enough. I have null and death, and apparently I hadn't played either of them. And 10 or less. Alright, sweet. See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I just finished off my last match of the day. And the only reason I say it's my last match is because that completed my missions for the day. So I do have a few missions that I can definitely go through and finish up for the chapter. I might go ahead and do that as well. But let's see, we did go ahead and get an extra 100 credits, some gold, and 100 season pass XP. We'll go ahead and take that. So quite literally, I've been playing for just about 20-25 minutes. I think I got through 5 matches. I'll go over the video and confirm that, but it really didn't take that many matches to get what I needed to get done. We do have our new spotlight caches that are up, and we've got Galactus, Nimrod, and Spider-Ham. Unfortunately, the only card that I need out of this is going to be Galactus, and I don't think it's really worth it for me to try to go for one of the variants. So it looks like I'll be passing this week on the collection caches, which is totally fine. That'll give me at least 4 for next week, and I'll be able to start building up a reserve that I'll be using to get on August 29th. I think that's the rotation. It's the Silver Samurai rotation, so that'll definitely be fun. Anyway, guys, we did use this Dack and Destroy deck, which it performed rather well for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure I was going up against a couple of bots in my area, in my echelon or whatever, in my tier area, but it doesn't seem super horrible. Unfortunately, it hasn't gotten the dream draw where, as I said, the game plan for it is Nova turn 1, Bucky or Wolverine turn 2, turn 3, Dakin in his own lane, turn 4, the Shard plus Venom on top of the Nova and Bucky / Wolverine, and then turn 5 that lets you go into something like either Nimrod, or you can go into Hood Killmonger, Hood Carnage, something else just somewhere on the side, and that would allow you to get into your Null or Death last turn plays. But I do expect to see a lot of Destroy out right now, just because Dakin is going to be the Season Pass card, so we do expect him to be there. We'll go ahead and play a few more games out tonight, and then maybe I'll add that in. Maybe you'll see some of that gameplay. I'm not sure if you will, to be honest with you. But thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Laters.